The name's Verve. Yeah, just Verve. If you need a last name, you can put Squallrun or something, but that's only because you asked. I understand you need me to answer these questions for your report or whatever, but I've already told you everything I know. I really don't get why I'm still being questioned. Yeah, no, I get it. It was dangerous and stupid and I could have died, but if it wasn't for me, the girl definitely would have been toast. Plus, between you and me, I've always wanted to jump into a burning building all heroic-like. I was just looking for some sort of compensation for my services, so why the interrogation? I guess that's a good point. Would you believe I just happened to be in the right place at the right time? No? Okay, fine. Few days ago, these peeps at Solas talked some big game that this rich pomp security system was the most advanced in the Steadfast. Airtight, Nera, out the wazoo. I'll spare you the deets, but bottom line, I'm getting paid by these smooth brains to find the weaknesses in this Noomsec. That's Numenera security for the uninitiated. But I never intended to give it to them. They paid me half already, and I was gonna sell this drive back to the owner for more shins. That's what I was doing here. Finished the job too, in case anyone was interested. I was on my way out when the explosion went off. I started running, but then I heard the girl. No one was around. The security team was scrambling. What was I, an upstanding citizen of Charmant, mind you, supposed to do? Alright, we can split hairs all we want, but that's gonna land us nowhere. How about this proposal? I don't even want the shins. Keep them. I give you all the info I have on the Noomsec, plus the names of the dudes that paid me. In return, I walk free, and you lose the name Verve from your database.
Well, hey there. Welcome to, well, our little settlement don't have a name yet. We're still figuring it out, but I'm sure we'll come up with one soon. Me? Who am I? I'm Licton Brattlesby, the unofficial greeter of this here town. It is quite the pleasure. How'd I get here? Well, it's quite the simple story, you see. I was born and raised in the beyond, far from here. And several years ago, my little village up and vanished. People in the houses with them as if they were carved right out from the earth itself. So a group and I went out and solved that little mystery and brought it back. After that, I realized that this ninth world was full of amazing surprises, and I developed a bit of a wanderlust. Eventually, I made my way to the city of Charmant. Mighty fine place, but I ended up in a spot of trouble. I promise it was all a bit of a misunderstanding, but them city folk don't like to listen to reason. That's where I met Verve. Bit of a reckless fella, but he helped me out of a tight spot and we made our way out into the beyond. We ended up with a bit more travelers than originally discussed, but they all seemed like fine and reliable folk. Then we made our way into the Sicilian jungle and what we eventually decided to call our new home. It might be in the middle of nowhere and everything is still being cobbled together, but welcome to the town.
Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was looking at something else. My name is Nova, and I'm on a mission. I'm not sure where I'm going or what I'm looking for exactly, but my ma always told me I'd know it when I saw it. I've got a bit of a knack for that, ever since I was little. My ma and I, and some of my aunties and uncles and sibs too, they've got that knack for seeing what others don't. When I was little, I thought everyone saw like me. What do I see? Different things, depending. It's hard to explain. When I look at a tree or a flock of birds, I see perfect order and symmetry forever, going on and on, longer than humans can count or the most powerful scope can see. But at the same time, everything is bundled up tight inside itself, like a leaf ready to unfurl. I told you it was hard to explain. It helps a lot with our work, though. People come to us with their problems sometimes. Well, I shouldn't say us. We're just the caretakers of the temple. I'm sure you've noticed it. the strange building just as you cross over the mountains into the beyond. We've been there a long time. People come to us when they need to know that there's the promise of order in the chaos, or the hope of chaos in the order, or sometimes they're just following a feeling. And that's what I'm doing now. We've known for a while that the temple had a missing piece, so when I started growing up stronger than my sibs, the quest fell on me. My family taught me to be self-sufficient, just in case I needed to be on my own for a while. It can be dangerous wandering around alone, but I'm not worried about finding what I need. I'm sure the path I walk is straight in some dimension.
Firstly, my name is Rashiel. To answer your question about Numenera, they are fearsome. They are powerful. They should be treated with deference, not played with like mere trinkets. The Aeon priests, those egomaniacs, think they have it all figured out. That kind of mindset gets people hurt, killed, or worse. I know better. I have experienced firsthand the destructive power of the Numenera and what they can lead the unwary to do, both to themselves and to those around them. After all, there is no generalizing the Numenera. I fear that my current fellows and I are unprepared for what we may be confronted with as we forge this new settlement, but fear of the unknown has never stopped me before. I suppose I can say that I do hold some hope. I hope that I can safely gather more information on Numenera and the beyond that I could ever hope to access in my hometown. Whether I need one or many, surely I'll be able to find something out here, away from prying eyes and the central cults of the priests. In any case, it is too late to turn back now. I may never be able to go back to that life I had before, peacefully studying with my mentor, but I know that I can adapt. I am a sorcerer, after all, and I know that I am better off for it.
And we're live, everybody.
Hello! Hey, hi, howdy, everybody. Welcome back! We have had recently a 3-week hiatus from this stream for various reasons. And now we are back, +1, with joining us today and likely next week as well. We have the fabulous inimitable Eva, who's right down here. And so, yes, we are honored to have her here playing with us people for this week and next. And I'm super excited to get tonight's game going. For those of you who don't know me, hello. My name is Alex. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be the GM for tonight's show. And I will now pass it off in order of how I'm seeing it on my Zoom call. So Finley, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
You're muted.
Hi, my name is Finley. I use they, them pronouns. I have forgotten how to use the internet and everything about like real life in the last few weeks, I guess. I will be playing Nova, a driven glaive who sees beyond.
All right, and Kappa?
Hello, my name is Kappa, and it feels really good to be stepping back into the shoes of Verve, the risk-taking Jack who touches the ding-dang sky. It's been too long. I don't know. Is that it? Is that it? Okay.
That can be it, yeah. Seth, how about you?
Hi, I'm Seth. I use she, they pronouns, and I will be playing Rashiel, who is a nano who has a focus and other things that you don't get to know about yet.
This is true. Mare?
Hi, I'm Mare. I use she, they pronouns, and today I am playing Lichten Brattlesby, the adaptable Jack who rides the lightning.
All right. And last but not least, she who graces us with her presence and with the joy of being able to bask in her glory, Eva.
Alex.
It's true. They didn't lie.
Hello, hi. I'm Eva. I am playing Poppy tonight, a mercurial delve who exists in 2 places at once. And I'm honored to be here.
Spoilers.
Spoilers indeed. But introductions out of the way. I have run out of wine and I'm moving on to whiskey now. But I think we can get started. So who wants to volunteer to do the in-character recap before I make you popcorn it across to yourselves one sentence at a time?
No. That sounds so much more interesting than me doing all of them.
No.
You already volunteered.
I'll do part. Tell you what. I'll do part. I saw the game and I know who paid attention to the game just now, so you 2 are safe. Very well. Last time in Remnant, it was a strange, a very strange day. Everything started out as normal. For the most part, at least here. And long story, slightly shorter. Nova and I had a arm wrestling contest, and then she turned into a starfish after having swapped places with some kind of strange alien creature. That was most of that day. We did learn a few things about Verve, who has kept his past very secret from us up until now. He apparently was involved in some asset relocation, I believe was how he put it. And our newest visitor to Remnant, the Cast-Off, has told us that Verve used to work with the Convergence. In addition, Verve has continued to warn us that we may stumble into more things about him from the Cast-Off. The rest of us are not entirely sure what the connection is just yet. Let's see here. What else happened? Sabine is very concerned about whether or not Verve is actually trustworthy, because apparently the Cast-Off is almost a different person when Verve is not around, and that was concerning to her, and I believe possibly rightfully so. On lighter notes, you will notice that my girlfriend is no longer a starfish, which is great. You will notice that also that apparently Lichten occasionally can hover, which we thought only Verve could do. So that's new, I suppose. Lichten is not in great shape after the starfish nova. Some things happened, and Lichten is not in the best of shape right now, but that's okay. Everything will be fine. The only last thing that I can think of is that we've discovered that the fourth wall captioner, if you say something like eyes emoji, will actually put in the emoji. So we are now more powerful than you ever could have imagined. In addition, Verve and Rashiel had a talk under the stars where we bonded a little bit more, and Verve taught darling, sweet, perfect little Ash a little bit about some constellations.
All right, that does sound like a pretty complete recap of last week's session. Last 4 weeks ago. I'm doing great, y'all. So I do think we can actually, for this one particular moment, I think we'll actually pick up right where our last session left off. The four of you find yourselves in more or less the middle of the town, as most of the conflict with this ultra-terrestrial creature occurred around the sort of center of town, which corresponds to the center of the vessel above you. The cast-off sort of, after interacting with Verve for a bit and mentioning the Convergence, who you would all know are bad news, she sort of fucks off for a while, even though she mentioned to you that, what's in your past is in your past, and as long as you're not here to hurt people, then she's cool with it. She still doesn't seem entirely comfortable around either you or so many people at once. It's hard to tell. But she sort of dips out and heads towards this sort of dubious pile of crates further off into the settlement. After that, it takes not very long for the rest of Remnant to sort of return from taking shelter in sort of the wilds of the Caecilian jungle. There is a road leading into Remnant, and broadly that is the way that was taken out of the town. So they, not more than 5 minutes until you see the rest of the town sort of walking down the road towards you.
I'm gonna go sort of head everyone off, see if there's do I see Varl or someone?
Yeah, you definitely see a few familiar faces. You would see Varl, you'd see Reven. Sabine is not
okay?
with that group. What?
Oh, I'm asking Varl or whoever. Everyone okay? Head count still the same? No one's lost?
I think we're still counting heads, but it looks pretty good. I don't think we lost anybody.
Okay. This doesn't look like everyone. Did Sabine take a group?
I think Sabine stayed behind. She was in the middle of I don't know.
Yeah, she was doing something. Said she couldn't put it down. And when she says she can't put something down,
You don't bug her.
yeah, I feel like that means a lot. I feel like that means something very different when she says she can't put something down than when, like, I say I can't put something down.
Okay. Do you think, Licton, do you think you can go check with Sabine, Rashiel, anyone?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, I'm gonna go make sure everyone's okay.
All
right.
Gonna turn to Rashiel as these two peel off and kind of sort of reach out, leaning on my spear, then also reaching out to put a hand on her arm. Say, Rashiel, I have in the morning. I need you to do something for me. Just, can you help me remember that I think it is time to step up the training of the new defense squad.
But you've been spending so much time with them as is.
Yes, but they're not ready. And I know what they're capable of, but they're not there yet. And if something were to happen, I need to know that they would be able to protect this place. So, not now, but in the morning.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you for coming to get me.
What else was I going to do? Leave you up in the sky?
Yeah, fuck off to your tiny dog. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm hot, but Ash is much hotter.
We'll argue about this later.
I hope so.
We will. Don't worry about it.
All right, so who's peeling off to visit Sabine?
I am.
right, sure.
I'm probably limping a little bit after being
Sure, yeah.
smacked. Sabine.
She sort of opens her door. You see, with one hand, she's still holding something that almost looks like a sort of like a spherical container of some kind. She's still very much keeping something closed, but with one hand. But she it seems like she's hardly even thinking about it. This is in her mechanical hand, so you get the sense that she can probably keep this up for quite a bit. She opens the door. Licton, what the fuck?
Do you want the short version or the long version?
Stay right there for like 5 seconds. She turns around, still holding this thing. And she comes back to you with this I don't want to say gelatinous cube because that is a thing. However, it is a jelly-like substance that she sort of hands to you. Eat this, but slowly. Okay?
What the hell is it?
It's going to help you get better. As far as what it is, I don't really know. But,
never mind. I don't want to know.
No, you probably don't.
Do you want the short version or the long version?
I'll hear whatever you have to tell.
Giant electrical starfish. Nova switched places with it, and now it's fucked off. Don't think too hard about it.
I won't, but I'll have questions for Nova later.
That's fine. Not now. I think she needs some time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Look, I still think we got to talk to the town about what's coming. I know we only got the news last night, but...
No, I agree. Maybe we should talk about it first as a group to see what we're going to tell them and throw out some options and what they have.
Yeah. I think we should do it soon, though. Certainly today.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit on this information.
After we figure out if we got everyone, no one got lost in the jungle. Elliot took some people out, and I know a couple other groups went scattering.
Yeah, sure. She sort of gestures at her table, which is full of miscellaneous bits of Numenera, only some of which you are familiar with the function of. I can contact the captain, but if you could get the rest of everybody, meet back here.
Yeah, I'll grab them momentarily.
Sure. Licton, you can go ahead and roll, I think it's 2d6. Yeah, 2d6.
Where's my d6? I put my d6 away. What the heck? What is wrong with me? Okay, a 1 and a 4.
All right. You would regain 7 points that you can distribute among your pools as you see fit.
Sure.
And as you're walking away, you hear Sabine call after you. Eat it slowly.
Just wave. And I'll head back and try to get everyone else.
Sure.
When I find, I'll relay that information to y'all. Sabine wants us at her place as soon as possible.
Not surprising.
Does it have to be right now?
She wants to talk about the news we received last night and not put it off.
Is it morning already?
No. Sorry, Nova.
I was so disoriented. It's very... I'm so sorry. I feel like I let you all down.
Nova.
I should have been more cautious. And a lot of people could have been hurt.
Shit happens.
It ain't your fault. But
It's as much my fault as it is yours, so we can commiserate later.
Yes, but if I hadn't been out in the woods and looking and searching and questing and seeking and trying to find something, I don't even know what it is, I would never have found the cube in the first place. I'm losing my touch.
coulda, shoulda, woulda, Nova.
It's done now. It's done now. Everybody is okay. Let's just go take care of this, and then we can go home and pile in the pillows and use Ash as a space heater.
You're right. This will... Sometimes you just need to sleep on things.
I think so.
Let's get it over with, and then we'll all go rest, and tomorrow we can figure out everything else.
Yeah, Licton, you look really bad.
I feel bad. Sabine gave me... I don't know what the hell
What
it
is that?
She said it's gonna help, but I don't want to know what it is.
Look.
I'm trying not to think about it as I eat it.
It looks like some things that I've seen before that contribute to healing, which, of course, why would she give you anything else? But if you're worried about it being poison, I don't think it's going to hurt you.
I don't think it's gonna hurt me.
Unless you eat it fast. Don't eat it like really slowly.
I already am, but I want to go home and rest. Nova wants to go home and rest. I'm sure we all just want to take a break, so let's go talk to Sabine and get it over with.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. On your way there, Merriv, would you mind adding 1 level to the creature meter?
I just saw it. Is it creature meter?
It is creature meter, I believe.
Beautiful.
Dang it, I saw Graham in chat and I was like,
No, this one's Bel Chavez. Which,
Bel
thank you,
Chavez.
Bel Chavez.
Bel
Thank
Chavez, hell yeah.
you.
But, yeah, you make it to Sabine's house and there's no real issue getting there. You see that Sabine is still very much hard at work on this sort of thing that looks very much folded up into itself. A couple of you have actually worked on this. I think Licton and Rashiel, you've actually worked on this to some extent. So you would know this is some sort of weather alteration device. That has been her big project for the past few months. Licton, you see her sort of inserting that spherical container into the device, and she like kind of watches it for like a second, like, okay, it's gonna stay in there, right? It's not gonna pop out. But it stays, and so she gets up, turns around. The captain is also already there. He's sort of leaning up against the wall in his crystalline form, looking more relieved than anything else. Wow, what a morning.
Understatement.
Yeah.
I think
Look.
I'm leaning against the wall as this conversation is happening.
What do we want to tell him?
I think we need to be straight up and honest with them.
I agree.
Give them options.
Options, you like whether they want to stay.
Stay or leave. I'm not gonna force them to stay, and I'm not gonna force them to go. Tell them the dangers.
That makes sense. Do we have anyone who's willing to lead that out?
I don't know. If If enough of the people want to go, I can lead them out, or at least go with them.
Maybe one of the original group that came up with us.
Yeah.
They're familiar with the route.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying.
Fine. Sure.
We're not gonna. You're staying. We're. Those people who are coming, they're gonna try and take whatever we've got. We're gonna need to build the fences.
At
It's
this
gonna
point,
be a fight.
Sabine sort of joins the conversation. Yeah, Verve, I see where you're coming from, but... Well, first let me say I agree. We'll need to build the fences. But, at least as far as building Numenera goes, every defense we build is something that's... is a resource that now is not going towards feeding people. It's not going towards things we quite honestly, even now, need to survive. So...
I know I mentioned this last night, but those who want to stay, and if it turns into a siege situation, no, I agree. We gotta stock up.
Well, fortunately, I don't see it. I don't see it becoming a siege. We have entrance into the vessel from here, and quite honestly, that thing is far too big for. You need the entire fucking Navarrete army to lay a siege on the entire ruin. And I don't think they have that. But we might need a way out.
Right.
In any case.
We just put everyone in and, go up.
Yeah, put everyone in, go up, find one of the other elevators, come down, and leave. If nothing else, it's our last way out.
No, I like that. Gotta make sure we have a path to the other elevators, though.
Yeah. I've got somebody on that.
Right. Nova, I know you're training people. What are they like? Capabilities?
Miscellaneous. People have come to us for all sorts of reasons. We are the ending point on many journeys. So some are learning to connect their body and their mind for almost the first time, it would seem. Some have latent talent. Some have trained before. What they use their skills for in their past life, I do not know, of course. It seems impolite to ask why a person may be good at punching or kicking or slicing. But where I am hopeful for them is that although they cannot act as a group yet, they want to. Their remnant is a hope for them, and that is what I'm trying to capitalize on. I think many of them will want to stay. It is scary here, but it is scary out in the jungle as well. And together we have a chance, I think.
Rochelle, what's your stake and thoughts on this?
I don't think that I can offer an opinion because this is... Remnant is all I have. I can't imagine leaving it. Even if I had to. It's not an option for me. And to those who feel like they would need to leave to avoid danger, I know what that feels like. I don't think I'm in any position to try and stop them. But I hope they know that this group of us are going to do everything possible to keep them safe.
No, I agree. I don't blame anyone for running from danger when they're scared or their life is on the line. So, but sometimes you can't keep running.
With that being said, I've been doing some research with Sabine about possible defenses. We are lucky that we're not completely unprepared for what's coming.
We got a lot of skills and knowledgeable folks around here.
I don't want to lose any of those people because they could still contribute something to the defenses. But there's no real answer. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. Yeah, do we want to tell them today or early tomorrow?
The sooner the better, I think.
Yeah. I think we should let them sleep on the decision, so we should tell them now.
Well, let's wait till everyone gets back and we get a head count, and then we can do it. Make sure everyone's back from the jungle.
So what exactly are we telling them? People are on their way. They're gonna take. They're gonna cause harm. And they're welcome to stay and fight, or they're welcome to run.
And I think we also need to be upfront with them, saying that we are doing everything we can to protect Remnant. And we will come up with a plan. I don't think we should throw it on with just a bunch of despair. I think we need to add a little bit of hope and options to our talk.
I think for many this will not even be a new problem. The world is full of those who would take what is not theirs. Sometimes they come in ones or pairs. It's just our bad luck and that a larger group comes our way.
Sure, there are more than just me out there who would like a good fight.
Well then. Let's go find out if we're missing anybody.
Alright.
Sabine and the captain head out of the house. Over the next few hours, it takes a little bit to sort of get everyone sufficiently sort of calm and sort of readjusted to like, okay, that problem has been solved. We are moving on. But over the course of this time, you do get a head count, and you do realize you are not missing anybody. At some point over the course of the next few hours as well, you see a few people, basically sort of runners, just going like to every building in town, which is like not that much. Like knocking on every door, letting people know that there's a sort of town meeting, and pretty rapidly, probably over the course of maybe 5-10 minutes max, the entire town sort of gets out of these ramshackle sort of improvised structures and heads towards the center of town. You would notice Sabine standing off to the side, speaking with somebody who you actually haven't seen before, or at least you haven't interacted with before, because the blue hair is kind of hard to miss. So, but the captain is sort of standing more towards the center of where everybody is gathering. And he invites you up with him if you want to head up there.
Yeah.
So I take it you're breaking the news, Captain? Sorry, the Captain, my bad.
Yeah, I guess I am. But, you know, if you want to hop in, please do. I could use all the help I can get here.
Hanging back as far as possible for people who are viewing to know, yeah, she's part of the group, but not far enough to the front that anybody would ever ask or like look to her to say anything.
Yeah, I think I'm right next to the captain.
Yeah,
Answer
I'll go up
questions.
there.
Pop in when necessary.
Ash, the mechanical hot jackal, sort of standing attentively by your side, Rashiel, waving his 3 mechanical tails, sort of.
You're a good boy. It's okay.
Not quite, curiously. He's waving the tails around curiously.
It's okay. Pat, pat.
The captain sort of approaches the center of town. Well, whatever happened with that creature, we made it out of that. No lives lost. Nobody lost in the jungle. Town is still standing. The ruin is, to our knowledge, undamaged. Can still be used as a source of salvage for us. That said, we received some news last night. A group of raiders has taken interest in our settlement. They're not headed here now. Not next week. Maybe not even next month. But they will come. And, well, whatever happens, it will be difficult. Remnant means a lot to me. I, if nothing else, didn't come all the way this far out east if I knew of anywhere else to stop along the way, let me tell you. But I understand if you hear, you know, raiders and you look around at, well, not a trained fighting force, and you decide that leaving is your best option. Because quite frankly, it might be.
We wanted to be transparent with all y'all as well as we could. We've started talking and started brainstorming, and we will be doing so as often as we can, honestly, and preparing. I know raiders are not new to those of you who have lived in the beyond, but this is something a little higher caliber than normal. They got some kind of device, but we're gonna look into options. And if anyone has any questions in the upcoming times, feel free to stop one of us and we'll do the best we can. That I promise.
And if an appreciable number of us decide we would like to stay here, I can assure you that we are doing everything we can to deal with this. We are going to be building defenses, sort of gestures towards you, Nova. We have some very talented people here among us who can train defenders, if that is something you are interested in becoming.
I would beg to add that although you may not think of yourself as a fighter or as a warrior, everybody has something in them that can be trained to respond when what they love is under attack. So look around, look at what we've built here. If you think it is worth fighting for, I'll be at the gym.
What does the crowd look like Like the general feel, general sense of the crowd.
Apprehensive, unsure, nervous.
If I can, excuse me, Captain, if I could say something. Hi, hello. My name's Verve. Most of you here know me. And a lot of you might be unsure what you want to do right now. It's a lot of information, a lot of unknowns. Believe me, I'm familiar with that feeling. A lot of you come here because there's safety. A lot of you come here because there's nowhere else to go. I get that. I know that feeling. I've lived in that. I've sat in that, and every single time the only solution that came to me was to run. And if you want to run, that's fine. That's your prerogative. We'll make sure that you're safe. I never thought I'd find a home, but Remnant might be the closest thing to what that feels like. So when I heard of these raiders coming in, my initial reaction was just to leave. But there's something here. I think with the organization of Licton, the training from Nova, Shields for some reason, we can make this place last. No raiders are going to come in and take what's ours. If you want to talk to me, I'm more than willing to answer questions. These raiders are bad news. But knowing a little bit about them might help make them a little less scary and more palatable. Thanks.
As Verve said, if you want to talk, we're here.
Can you roll a pleasant social interaction, Verve? I will say you have help from Licton. So that will be one asset. I'll say this will be a challenge 5. So that has been brought down to a 4 with Licton's help. Would you like to apply any effort from your intellect pool?
Absolutely.
All right. And do you have any applicable skills?
No. I'm still carrying over the flex skill from from 3 weeks ago, real time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have anything to apply. So it'll just be the effort.
Sure. With the effort and the help from Licton, your challenge has been brought down to a 3. So your target number is 9 or above.
Okay. 9.
Oh my
I thought it was
God.
a 6, but it's a 9. Yeah.
All right. The crowd still seems, to a large extent, unsure. There is no trained fighting force in Remnant. Your security, for the most part, is people drawing straws and basically walking around the perimeter of the city for 4-hour shifts before passing off to the next person, during which time they're maybe equipped with a single cipher and a sword or crossbow of some kind. It's not impressive. that said, no one's panicking. So that has to count for something, right? All right. Does anyone else have anything you would like to accomplish in this scene or in the immediate future?
Put it in chat, but Rishiel's eyes are fucking burning a hole in the back of Verve's stupid jacket.
All right. Verve, roll my defense. No.
One.
Puppy wants
Right.
to cuddle Ash.
All right.
Hot boy. Cuddle the hot
You
boy.
can. There's nothing stopping you.
He is cooler now.
In his safe spaces.
Oh, you're petting the Mozilla Firefox.
I never thought of that. I'm using that. All right. So now we will take a sort of time skip to the beginning of another day, somewhere along the line. We never really clarified this. So how long do you want to skip? 2 weeks?
I thought it was 2 weeks.
I'm fine with 2
Okay.
weeks.
Okay. During this time, Rashiel, I know you mentioned that you have some ciphers you wanted to work on. They don't have to be constructed by this point, but do you want to roll for the plan?
I do. I would love to do that because I
Alright.
don't know how to do that without your guidance.
All right, sure. So you're developing a plan. This will make building the ciphers easier.
Okay.
For those of us at home, Rashiel is working with Sabine to attempt to build some psychic defense nodules that will hopefully be able to help some people against the pacifying presence of a war machine known as the Peacebringer, which is a weapon of these raiders who are headed towards Remnant. Building the plan, like I said, will make this easier. It is a challenge 4 task. You have a skill, which will bring it down 1. You have Sabine's help with an asset, which will bring it down another 1. Do you have any other skills or any other assets you could think of to make this easier?
I don't believe I do.
All right, sure thing. In that case, your target number is 6 or above.
Yeah, that's all I have. Okay. I'm trying to decide which die I want to use.
Which one's not going to betray you?
I know.
Right, yeah.
Are you going to behave? And then it fell. Hold on. I couldn't see it. That is an 18.
18. All right.
Take it.
I had to quickly take a mental inventory. That does not provide an effect. That's only for combat. But yes, you do most certainly succeed. You and Sabine, over the course of really, in actuality, only about a few days, probably takes 4 or 5 days total to come up with this schematic based on the sort of stockpile of iotum that you have accumulated for sort of public works projects. But yeah, you're able to come up with what you both agree is a decent, solid plan that is achievable with the materials you have on hand. It will take time and effort, and you might not, and it will require some amount of skill to actually build these things. So as not guaranteed that they're going to exist just yet, but you have made a very big, very important step in terms
That
of
was what I was most
creating
worried
these
about.
ciphers.
So
All right. Does anybody else have anything you would like to accomplish on this this time gap period?
I mean, I think I am dedicating serious work to training our militia, as it were, in like specific, achievable. We got some SMART goals up in this gym.
Sure.
Yeah. What is our like weapon availability?
Weapon availability is not super great. Fortunately, you do actually have trade contacts, and you do have a sort of stockpile of shins. For those of us at home, shins are money, basically. So you would be able to purchase enough weaponry for the entire town should you need it.
Okay. So then I think like in 2 weeks we can get into like, this is the pointy side, and here is how you hit somebody and then run away. But also just thinking of it as like, you know, team building time.
Yeah, sure.
After 2 weeks, I'd like them to have like, you know, I've got the town sort of divided up into like quadrants, and everyone's got like, you know, a buddy. So they may not be skilled, but at least now they're organized.
Sure, that makes sense.
There's a chain of command, kind of.
Gotcha. That totally makes sense. Yeah, no, and I will say you're certainly able to do that fairly effectively. There are some people in Remnant who are fairly skilled fighters in their own right, and those people are, if not able to help you train, they're at least able to be higher up on the chain of command to be able to assist you in sort of making something like a defensive force. A wooden wall is in the process of being built around the town. That's a project that pretty much everyone takes time on at some point or another. Some Numenera is being constructed as defense, but it's still very much in this stage where it's like, oh, this is the basis of something. However, we have not yet decided what it is. It's modular. Almost, you will be able to determine its function later, ideally as you receive more information about what might be effective or what might not be. Are there any conversations anybody would like to have during this 2-week period?
I think most of what I do is narrative. I have gone on a couple small minor salvaging missions up into the vessel, nothing large scale. I did receive Rashiel's message at the obelisk from last session, and I have since then also taken time out of my schedule to talk to Nova, check in on her and see how she is doing after the starfish incident, as well as getting Rashiel more acquainted with the town folk. And that's it. I have not had a lot of time to hang out with anyone else.
All right, sure thing.
I have been oddly busy.
Yeah. One of the things that I would like to be doing is scouting the jungle. Sort of following the safe routes that Licton pointed out to me when Licton wasn't so busy. Sometimes maybe try and get Licton's attention, but like, oh no, Licton's busy, so I guess I'll play it safe. But yeah, what 2 things I'm trying to do is look for potential like terrain advantages to utilize for later, and potential easy alternate escape routes.
Sure thing. And I can send you that afterwards.
Cool.
All right.
I do have, aside from working on the psychic defense nodules, I did at some point grab Verve's jacket and extracted my pet amoebas from them. And they are now safely in a jar somewhere in my house where Ash can't get them. But they, mark my words, they are alive. They're my babies. They're perfectly fine. A little worse for the wear, but that's okay. Definitely not super gung-ho about being introduced to people who have told me to my face that they're scared of me by Licton, but for reasons that we have already gone over between us, I am tagging along, and hi, I'm Rashiel, you already know who I am. I'm abiding their request. The only other thing I could think of is possibly like doing some light shopping at Callie's cart, but only if there are ciphers that are actually potentially useful, just to kind of keep note that they're there.
Sure. For those of us at home, Callie, or Calliope, is a member of Remnant. She is a young woman who sells Numenera out of a cart. And the Numenera she sells range from absolutely worthless to very functional, high-powered ciphers and single-use sort of bits of equipment and weapons. It's a mixed bag, and she honestly doesn't even seem to know in the entirety of the contents of her cart, which is just stacked like maybe 40% above the brim of the cart with just bits of technology. It is far more Numenera than most people would reasonably suspect someone to have, even based on the entirety of the salvaging operation going on in the ruin. So it's a bit of a mystery, but yeah, Rashiel, there are definitely some ciphers that you might be able to find useful, and we can probably touch on that sort of thing maybe quickly during break. In any case, though, you at some point 2 weeks later do find yourselves again sort of you find your presence requested by Sabine and the captain. So sort of mid-morning at some point.
Yeah, they called all of us?
Yes, yeah.
You do not ignore summons from the captain and Sabine.
Rashiel will roll her eyes at the summons from the captain, but will go to Sabine.
Sure.
I feel like Verve would be there first, actually.
Okay, sure.
And I'm there.
Sure.
As well. On my way.
I think I'll walk.
All right, Verve being there first. You would see that Sabine and the captain are already there with another young woman who you're not terribly familiar with, to my knowledge. Poppy, could you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Poppy. As stated, I'm pretty short. I was not stated on stream. I'm pretty short. I've got blue hair. Kind of a strappy top, kind of impractical, but also not. Maybe a little bit of a leather jacket. We don't know. Could be. Also, sort of like a skirt over some kind of roughed up leggings and big old boots.
How high
Because you gotta
do they
protect
go?
your feet.
How high do they go?
Oh, at least knees. Yeah, unless you mean like thick. They thick with like the
Yes.
knees.
Both.
Yeah. I did not know what that was, Rashiel.
God, I love her. Oh my gosh, yes.
All right, so you all sort of file in at some point or another.
Poppy,
LinkedIn, hi!
how are you?
I'm doing great, how are you?
I just hold out my arms.
I rush in for a hug with a little bit of a pause just to make sure it's okay. Big ol' hug.
Heck yeah. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you. How are you?
Busy. But
Yeah.
I think we're about to get busier, now that I guess we've all been summoned here. I just look around at everybody and then at Sabine and the captain.
I'm not there yet.
Well, whoever's there.
Sabine and the captain are actually off in a corner, whisper arguing.
Again.
Poppy,
I think it's going super well.
Poppy, I don't think I've properly introduced myself. Aside from when you first came here. I mean,
Are you
there's-
Steve? I've
No,
heard
I'm
so
not
much about
Steve.
you.
No, there's no.
Oh.
The
Oh,
name's
I'm
the name's
sorry.
the name's Verve. It's okay. It's okay.
Verve, hi.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Do you know what's going on over there?
Yeah, they're whisper arguing. Oh,
Do
I mean, they're whisper arguing.
But do you know what about?
No, I'm not over there.
Wonderful.
Yeah! Glad we could clear that up.
How are you, Poppy?
I'm pretty good, I think. I mean, like, everyone's sort of like, and it's a little stressful, but, you know, one day at a time.
Ain't that the truth?
It's really nice to meet you, though.
Good to meet you again. Verve, Poppy.
I think that if Pop is here, I have a feeling I know what they're going to be asking us.
Hope it's something fun. I don't like it when they ask me something not fun.
Well, we've been on a couple successful delves. I have a feeling we're going to be taking another ride up there.
Oh, and the donut? Hell yeah.
Probably. Anyway.
Maybe. Sabine and the captain seem to have rejoined the group to some extent. We have a couple of problems on our hands, and quite honestly, we don't know how to deal with them.
Do you want to hold off till Nova and Rashil get here?
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Speaking of, I think I'll sort of loiter by the door frame, see Rashil approaching. Oh, Shields, I think I know that look on your face. I see you. You're rolling your eyes.
I wasn't, but I'm kind of disturbed that you knew I was doing it internally.
It's been some time. I can sense it.
Yeah.
You know, if they are asking us to meet someone, it has to be something important.
I guess it's fine. Let's just get it over with. He's just so annoying.
What makes you say that?
I'll tell you later. He's.
He?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll talk with you about it later.
There's damn. All right.
And I will enter with Nova.
All right. Sure thing.
And I will see Poppy.
You will.
Shield!
Poppy?
Hi!
Hello. It's nice to see you again.
It's very nice to see you.
I'm sorry Ash isn't here.
That's okay. I told you I want to be friends for you too, not just because of your little monster dog. Although I do miss him. But
yeah, I mean, I miss him too. It's been 5 minutes and I miss him as well, so.
I think I'm going to take a seat as I wait for everyone to get together and we wait for the captain Sabine to talk to us.
Yeah, sure.
Poppy will sit down and pat a chair next to her for Rashil.
I'm gonna go sit by Poppy.
I'm going to give Rashil kind of like a open mind. All paths have their own destination look.
I'm going to look back at her like this.
You don't know which one you're on until you start. I'm going to sort of post up, leaning against the wall.
Sure.
Oh, what do you got for us, you two?
Same.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Same. I'm just saying same.
Well, you've got what these.
We have two problems. Well, for one. Sorry, that's an Alex thing. Fucking hair. Well, for one, we are still waiting for Varl to come down from the ruin.
When did he go up?
He's overnight.
Alone?
It was with another crew for a shift. However, he is now 3.5 hours late coming down, and no one knows where he is.
Shit.
Simultaneously, we're also now 4.5 days late on what was supposed to be a shipment of food.
From where?
From the west.
Okay.
You have a few trading contacts in the west. You send Numenera out that way, and food supplies and other things come back.
That's back in the Steadfast?
It's towards the Steadfast. It's most likely in little trading posts in the Beyond, where goods come from the Steadfast and goods come from further in the Beyond, and they're just these little trading communities.
So you need a group to figure out the food situation and find Varl, my guess.
Well, yes. Problem is, I don't see how you could do both of them at the same time. The trading post is about, well, it's a day west of here. And Varl is, of course, directly above us. So we have a problem.
There's no communication from Varl or from our traders? Nothing?
The only thing we have for the food is that, well, the shipment made it to the last trading post to the west of us.
And that's a day's travel by foot?
More or less, yeah.
And we have not heard from Varl? Nothing?
Nothing. Not since he entered the ruin for his shift.
Sabine, how long does the food from the bread pod tree last for this town? I know it's not much.
It's not much, but we do have some food stored. In theory, if we were very careful, we could make it probably the next week and a half until when we would expect the next shipment. But we would very explicitly need to ration.
Go ahead.
I've got a question, Sabine. The nameless one that came 2 weeks ago said that people were coming from what direction?
South.
South. Okay, so there's a smaller chance that this food situation is not them cutting off our supplies.
I don't know.
The problem is
The thought crossed my mind as well, but I don't know.
we don't know, and regardless, it's like west is west, but you also kind of gotta go south to go west if you want to get past the mountains.
See, that's...
Yeah.
If it were me, and wanted to rush a settlement, this would be one of the things, and post up for a little bit, have it be a trap.
We considered that as well. Normally, I don't think anybody here would probably think twice about a few uncomfortable nights in exchange for making sure that one of our own is safe. That said, it does feel coincidental.
What were you two arguing about when I came in? Is this like when we were on her way here again with conflicting opinions?
More or less.
And of Varl's disappearance, Is there any chance that that could be a sort of trap or an ambush, or not what it seems?
I really hope not.
To be Varl
We haven't
is
lost anybody.
Sorry.
We haven't lost anybody in the ruin yet, but I think we could probably contain everything we actually know about that place on a single sheet of paper.
That's my concern.
I don't know if it's a facet of something he discovered. I don't know if it has to do with our food being missing. I don't know if it's just Varl being Varl.
High possibility
But-
right there.
Yeah. Believe me, that's what I'm hoping. For once in my life, I am hoping it's just Varl being Varl.
So do we... The problem, the way I see it, is that Varl could be in immediate danger. We know that Remnant will be okay without food for at least a week, maybe longer, if we ration, and we ration carefully. But we don't know if something has happened to the shipment itself, because if we have another party trying to cut off that route, we have to address that as well. It's not something that we can wait on. So
Exactly.
So do we? I don't like the idea of splitting up, but I don't know what else to do.
If you look over, you'll see that Nova has produced a small strip of something or other from somewhere or other. He's gonna hold it up and say, I know I'm not our chief strategist, but I'm curious if you have seen one of these. And she sort of twists it and joins the ends back together. Have you seen one of these? It's a curious trick, an optical illusion. If you start on one side, you will think that you'll come back to your original place, but you think that there are two sides to the matter, but it's really just one side of the same shape. I wonder if on our path, it seems to us that there are two choices, but in reality, no matter what we pick, we will find our way to exactly where we need to be.
There's no reason why we can't take a day trip, try and find Varl, and then go in the opposite direction to check on the food. Between all of us, really, we've been up there more times than I can count.
I understand why Nova, me, Rashiel, and Licton are here. Poppy.
Yes, Steve? Verv?
Verv. Not to say that you know you're not useful. I just kind of want to know what's in your bag of tricks.
Now that Poppy has a very interesting ability.
Oh, that's true. I guess I do. More useful than what's in my bag, actually, which is just a dress right now. Yeah, like, I can be helpful doing things. Like, I'm really good at delving, but, you know, food's also important, and never hurts to have extra people, so really I could do either. Like, both are really important, and, I mean, Varl, I can't imagine anyone really getting lost, in something like that, and it going well. So, I just want to help.
Poppy and I have gone on a couple delves up into the vessel for a couple times. She's a very accomplished delver and scavenger.
And we came back!
Practically speaking, she knows the vessel better than anybody else here.
Better than I do.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that, but it's nice to hear, and I kind of do. It's kind of what I do.
Credit where credit is due.
Well, we spend a lot of time up there.
Every time we have been up to the vessel, I feel that we have seen things in a new way that we didn't expect. And with Poppy here, it seems that our road is upwards.
And clear.
And we can always come back down if we need to.
That you can.
I look over at Licton, try and make eye contact through the shades.
I don't make eye contact. Well, maybe we just grab everything that we need to and we can head right up.
Sounds like a plan.
Sooner the better. I'm gonna go get Ash.
Thank you for this.
I will, if he allows it, link arms with Licton, and ask him about things that we saw on our last delve, and maybe if there are any helpful things that he remembers.
There was a room full of spheres that I don't want to go back to because it was mighty confusing, but maybe.
Yeah, the round things are weird.
Yeah, I do let you link arms with me. I'm gonna head back to my my place and get my pack, and I can meet everyone else at the elevator. Nod at everybody pretty quickly.
Sure.
That gives time for Rashiel to get Ash.
Sure. Y'all disperse and sort of prepare as necessary. One thing though, Poppy, you do see someone waiting outside of Sabine's house for you.
Is it someone I know?
It is somebody you know.
And who might that be?
Well, she can't really tell you. What do you call her?
Hi, PL. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I'm pretty okay overall. You know, a lot going on. People are stressed. But I get to go delving. And I met some new people that seem pretty nice. I don't know if nice is really the word, but even better now that you're here.
Well, I'm glad. I feel like this town is quite a mix of people, but I'm glad the ones you met today were nice. You're going up today?
I guess.
Is it soon?
Soonish. Why?
Okay.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I just I just came into town to see you.
Are people being mean to you, PL?
No. I just.
Okay, sometimes I don't put things
people a whole
together,
lot.
but.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to see you.
You can always talk to me. I'm really glad you came.
How about you come visit once you get down?
I'd love to.
Okay. Well, I will let you get on with your very important business. And if you will permit her, quick question. Do your boots add, do Poppy's boots add to her height?
Not a lot, but a little. So like an inch, probably.
Okay. Because the cast off is short too, so I'm gonna go with this. If you permit her, she will walk up to you and she will sort of put like get on her like tippy toes on the top of your boots and sort of use that as a boost to come up and give you a kiss, if you permit.
1,000%. I will absolutely kiss her back.
All right. And with that, I do believe we can take a break.
All right, everybody. Stretch, hydrate, pet your pets, and we'll be back in like 5-10 minutes.
I call them my uwoos.
Yeah, so we're all going to be screaming behind the screen. Bye!
Bye!
Oh, wait, hold on. Ad break. There we go.
Oh, baby, I love your madness.
Welcome to our Patreon. Here on Open for Adventure, we are making high-quality Dungeons & Dragons content, folks. We have a great big world to share with you, and by becoming a patron, you can help us explore and expand upon this adventure. With your support, we can invest in more amazing artwork, better mics, fancy cameras, and overall stream quality. Not to mention, help us get some amazing new merch that we can use for giveaways. What do you get by becoming a patron? I'm so glad you asked. Let's take a look at the different levels and give you a sneak peek at what you can get at each tier. Did you know that the family of the First Lord Theo, the leader of the rebellion against the Empire, actually invented firearms nearly 25 years prior to the current campaign? The designs for this high-tech weapon are the Delaney family's best-kept secret. Also, they were originally invented by the late First Lady Victoria, Theo's mother. Access to lore leaks like this is what you can expect from the first tier, written in blog-style posts after each weekly session. Ever wondered what goes on off-camera? The next 3 tiers give you exactly that. With Stolen Moments, you can get access to text-based roleplay moments, highlighting experiences that don't make it onto the stream, like Leona's training session with Ray and Asmer. Stolen Moments Plus gives you access to roleplay moments featuring our guests, non-player characters, and historical figures, featuring the likes of Marshall, Annalena, and even the Empress herself. And Roleplay Addiction takes us to a whole other level. This tier gives you exclusive 30-minute videos of canon interactions not otherwise seen on stream, like late-night drunken interactions between paladins or tender moments featuring your favorite character ships. The Warm Fuzzies is super simple. It's everything I've listed so far, and also you get your name on stream after our weekly regular sessions. Every session. And our undying love. And finally, the most epic of all Patreon tiers. Drum roll, please. The Lore Master. This ultimate and final tier gets you first look access at all of the content going into our upcoming, official, Open for Adventure campaign setting. Lore, maps, monsters, items, dungeons, dragons. Go ahead, have a look around, make yourself at home, and consider becoming a patron to help us make this fantasy world a little bit closer to reality.
Oh, hi. My name is Express Love. I'm the Senmarian god of coffee. Did you know that in Senmaria, every cup of coffee is made with found familiar coffee beans? That's canon. In San Maria, every cup of coffee is good coffee because it's made with love by Found Familiar. Did you know that every bag of Found Familiar coffee features artwork from incredible members of the tabletop gaming community? That's canon. Each blend and roast of Found Familiar coffee features cool D&D names like Thieves' Cant, Face Step, and Pact Magic. In San Maria, every royal meeting that Ray attends features the Cartographer's Blend, a brew of coffee made by Found Familiar in conjunction with Devin Rue. Now that's canon. Found Familiar coffee. Buy it today.
Papa, you bastard! It didn't
Did
show
it
up.
do it?
It didn't. No, it
Damn
did
it!
not.
Oh man,
At least I hope. I don't think it
Aw.
did. Anyway, hi everybody. We're back.
we are back. Sadly, without any eggplant emoji.
Oh no, there
What
you go.
eggplant emoji?
Oh, I got it. Yes. All
There
right.
you go.
We're fucking around.
That's a new game I'm gonna play.
Jesus, y'all.
Right. Yeah.
Welcome to the
anyways.
stream.
Welcome back.
We're back.
Where we abuse the emojis.
Poor web captioner. But does anybody have anything particular you would like to do to prepare? I should turn on the music.
No, I just make sure I get my pack and everything that I would need to go up into the vessel.
Sure.
I put a nice edge on my spear.
All right.
Get my lenses.
Mm.
I'd like to just really quickly follow Rashiel. Oh, I
Mhm.
need to be in character. I'd like to follow Rashiel. Just nothing too innocuous. Just hey, Rashiel.
Called me by
Is-
my name. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Don't just kind of getting ready. Did Licton seem a little weird to you?
I'm not doing this.
What do you mean?
I'm not doing this thing where I now have to be the medium between you two. Licton has already brought it up to me once. I told him no. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I did the obelisk thing as a joke and now I'm regretting it, and this is why I don't play jokes.
So Licton is being a little weird. Okay,
don't-
that's all
I
I
don't
needed to
know.
know. That's
I
all
don't
I
know,
needed to.
because
Shields,
I have not been
that's
spending
all I
time
needed
with
to
him.
know. You Shields, you're fine.
Why don't you
Thank
go ask him?
I've been trying.
You can fly. Figure it out.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Nice to see you too.
I tell you
Totally
this every
what
single
friendship
day.
is. Just come in and ask shit for me.
I said
Fine.
hi to you earlier
Rashiel's
today.
leaving.
We're going in the same direction.
Rashiel's walking faster.
You know I can outrun you. You can't.
You can't.
Oh. Is that a challenge?
Bet.
All right, maybe later.
No, from here to that tree that's right on the way to the vessel.
And Verb takes off running.
I didn't even say go.
Okay. So, you two both. Do either of you have skill in running?
Parkour.
I mean, unless you want to start jumping off of the people's houses.
If there are people in
take
the
a
way, I feel like
shortcut.
parkour would help me avoid people.
I am trained in dagger training.
Sure.
So I could throw my dagger at him.
Right in
You
the-
could.
right in
You're
the
not
Achilles.
wrong.
Right in the back of the knee.
You're not wrong. That is a thing you can do.
That's a thing I could do.
For the sake of
Think
this,
about it.
I will just say I won't give you parkour specifically for this because I don't think it is so applicable that I'm willing to
In the
give
foot
you
race.
the edge in this challenge.
That's fine.
So, why don't you both of you just do a straight roll off because if you spend effort, you'll both be at the same value anyway. So go ahead and roll might.
Do you not
Oh,
remember
Say,
what happened
might.
Hold
the
on.
last time?
Hold on.
You're not
Rolling
here?
might or rolling speed?
No, we're
Oh,
rolling
actually,
might.
yeah, you're right. It's speed.
No, might because it's physical.
It doesn't matter if you're not
Speed.
spending effort anyway. It doesn't matter. It's just a straight roll.
Fine.
12.
10.
All right. So for those of you who are already at the base of the ruin, you're just kind of chilling out, waiting for everybody, and suddenly you see Verve and Rashiel just running full-on sprint towards you, and then they just stop.
What the hell are they doing?
And then
Fuck!
I assume y'all walk the rest of the way.
Didn't even break a sweat.
You did. You're literally sweating. You smell kind of bad.
I'm not.
You can't. Licton, did you see?
I can't believe you're doing challenges. The both of you doing challenges when we're about to go up into the vessel trying to find a missing person.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn around and head towards the elevator.
You should go talk to him. It seems to be going really well between you guys. And I'm going to
Shut
link
up,
arms with
Shields.
Nova.
I walk a little faster.
I will jog to catch up to him and maybe link arms again if possible.
Yeah.
And just, people deal with different stresses different ways, and sometimes it's easier to just kind of do something active rather than like dwelling on the possibilities. I hate dwelling on the possibilities.
You are a lovely beacon of optimism, Poppy.
No one's ever called me that before, but I'll take it, thanks.
Just to confirm, Nova is there too, right? Okay.
Yes, because I have linked arms with her. After making my quip about how well Verve is doing with Licton.
While we were waiting and witnessing that race, Poppy would have properly introduced herself to Nova and maybe shaken hands if that is something Nova is interested in doing. In an introductory manner.
Sort of looks down, looks at you, shakes. I'm glad we are going on this excursion together.
Same. I hope it'll be good.
It will be successful. Hopefully. We will find the person we are hoping to find. Yes. I'm glad to have your skills as part of our team.
I'm glad to have your company and your I've heard you've got quite the martial prowess. Prowess.
Oh.
It's a hard word.
I prefer to show it rather than say it myself. But to be honest, the last time we got into a scrape up here, it was hard to find anything to hit. We ended up fighting shadows and ghosts and things.
That's what
Very strange.
That's what I was telling you about the first time we went up.
Yeah, I heard that was quite the Well, I'm glad you all came out mostly unscathed.
Yeah, it's none the worst for wear.
We'll
We
be
have
careful.
excellent goo here in this village.
The finest.
No, I think we've all been, to be honest, a little out of sorts in the last few weeks, so I think your personality will be a nice foil. We need a change of pace around here.
Thanks. Hopefully I can do something a little bit more than just stand here and be me. But yeah, let's see if we can find a Varl.
So I don't think you need to be anything other than yourself. Yourself is excellent.
Guess we'll find out.
All right, so I have an unusual question. Are any of you wearing anything colorful? Specifically, are any of you wearing anything more colorful than Poppy's hair?
I have a question. In what in the visible spectrum?
I will say, for reasons that will become clear later, yes, in the visible spectrum.
Okay, then no.
Okay.
I'm wearing the same thing my character art is.
Yeah.
So just
Okay,
red
sure.
gold trim.
The most colorful
Okay.
thing I think is like the collar and the inside of my jacket
Okay, then,
and my goggles.
barring objections from any of the players, I will then assume that the most colorful thing here is Poppy's hair. Correct?
Probably.
Sure.
I like it.
Good to know.
I don't like that.
Anyway, you ascend into the ruin without any real events to note. You've all been up here plenty of times. So the trip up is not anything new to you.
I'd like to state that every trip since the last session, I have been standing firmly in the center of the elevator.
Sure. You're brought up. There are people already sort of, well, I say already, there are people who are still very much in this sort of central control area, still just salvaging this first layer of stuff when you come up out of the elevator. They haven't even made it all the way through this floor yet, let alone the rest of the control hub, let alone getting into the ring. So it's slow going on the salvaging, but it is a fairly rich environment from which you can pull resources. So you get up there, and there are already teams sort of working on disassembling this level of the vessel. But that's sort of what you see as you immediately ascend.
I think as we arrive, I'll call out to them and say, excuse us. I'm sorry to interrupt, but we are on something of a rescue mission. Have any of you seen Varl? And if not, when was the last time that he came this way?
And what direction did he and his team go?
I mean, I haven't seen him. I was supposed to relieve him. As far as where he went, I mean, he should have... To my knowledge, he was staying on this floor.
Did he go into the outer ring?
I mean, I can't imagine why he would, but I'm not going to say he didn't. I frankly just don't know. I don't know where he could possibly be on this floor. But...
And have you seen or heard or felt anything unusual? Strange instrument readings, odd smells or sounds?
I haven't.
No feelings of impending doom, sudden awareness of your mortality. No.
Awareness of morality is terrible.
The only impending doom I felt was a 12-hour shift coming up. So.
Does anyone Please, Sturf, go ahead.
Sturf. That really caught me off guard. You said you were going to relieve Varl, right?
Yeah.
So, can you show us exactly what you were what that entails? Maybe the idea here is retracing Varl's steps to see if we can find something out of place, out of the ordinary, because...
Yeah, give me 1 second. And this person you've been speaking to, who is this woman who's probably like 6'2" or something, long blonde hair, which is all sort of tied back into what is an extremely messy bun. She has been probably working on here for ever since Varl vanished. And she definitely seems to be one of the stronger, more efficient workers in this particular salvage team. She goes over to speak with somebody who seems to be something of a foreman or a sort of work organizer. And she returns to you. Yeah, sure. I got some time to just show you what was supposed to happen. Honestly, what was supposed to happen is I was supposed to get up the elevator and I was supposed to find him right around here, just chilling out. And then we would see each other, acknowledge each other, and he'd head down and I'd head in.
No specific.
It's usually how it goes.
No specific mission, just regular old salvaging.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, in theory, he should have been around here. If we're all just still on this floor.
Yeah, in theory. But I don't know where he could be.
Varl.
But you don't usually go in without some sort of idea. I mean, people should know where you're going. That's like safety number one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Varl's excitable. A little too enthusiastic.
I remember that the last time I was up here, we felt that kind of unpleasant presence. Something that was permeating the ship that wasn't the data clones. Is that still present?
Why don't you... this will be a perception task that only you can make because of your ability.
Okay. So in that case, I will be like, I'll separate from the group, pop my lenses on, and start just scanning. All right.
Sure.
So with the ability, that's a -1. With the training, it's not a -1, so I actually do get the reduction. What am I looking for?
Yeah. So now it is flat. You can spend a level of effort from your intellect pool to reduce the challenge by 1. And I would say that for you specifically, well, I guess these would count as assets. So this would normally be a challenge 7. You have 2 assets because of your ability to see things that other people can't. So that would be a challenge 5, and you have 1 level of skill, which brings it down to challenge 4. And if you spend effort, you can bring it down to a challenge 3.
Yay! All right, I'm doing that.
All right, sure. You can deduct from your speed pool. Because effort, intellect pool.
I got you.
Intellect pool. Yeah, you know what you're doing.
All right. Well, I rolled an 8. So
all right. That does beat
challenge 3, or is it?
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. No, that is challenge 3. So yeah, you just missed it.
Womp womp.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not quite able to get a vibe on necessarily anything that you saw earlier. There's a lot going on in here from your perspective. You're seeing colors that people don't even have names for. So it's
probably picking up a lot of people's like auras, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. Auras, quote unquote. You're seeing a lot of like, oh, there's a bunch of fucking like iotum and like Numenera materials are stacked in that corner, and it's just giving off like weird vibes, all that stuff.
You see anything?
It's too much interference. I will say so that the salvage crews have been doing amazing work. Just the energies and the signals coming off of what you found are, well, I wish I could show them to you. They are pretty cool.
Look, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but there are only 2 ways out of this floor. So, if you're looking for Varl, either he walked through a wall or he went through one of the doors.
Can I use one of my abilities?
Which one?
I have this thing called inspirational recall.
Mm-hmm.
You recall an important detail from a previous encounter that suggests a successful course of action for your current situation. This might be recognizing a password hidden in code, realizing you saw a suspicious individual, overhearing an important conversation between NPCs, or understanding that an NPC's subtle glance or gesture had additional connotations indicating that you know what you should do. And I'd like to use that focusing on Varl.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And this is specifically about recall. This doesn't have anything to do with noticing anything now.
No, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of it. Like, is there anything that I would understand from Varl's like tics or quirks that would get me in the headspace to kind of retrace Varl's steps or something?
Sure. You would know broadly that this is an excitable young man and if you were to know anybody who would on their shift, take 5 to just like pop up on one floor just to see see what else is on the vessel, it would probably be that guy.
Okay.
So it would not be entirely surprising for you to learn that he separated from his duties or separated from his work crew to do something else, at least for a short time.
Yeah. So maybe it's not something. I mean, this is Varl we're talking about. Varl being Varl.
Yeah.
Maybe we stop trying to check where he's supposed to be and check where he wasn't supposed to be.
The only problem with that is the vessel's huge.
Yeah, but what areas are close by that we have said, Varl, don't go here?
That's right.
Is there any place like that on this vessel, Poppy? Or GM for that matter?
I'll let, Poppy, you would know that broadly, sort of, people are aware that about halfway up on this sort of control block is what most people perceive to be the central control room. This is the room in which the doors lead out to the ring. So this is the one floor you need to be on to head from the control hub to the ring. There are no other ways to get from that point A to that point B, at least not with, at least given your current situation with respect to the activity of the ship. So, given that is both the command hub of the entire ruin and the only way to get out into the ring, that would probably be the most interesting place to be.
Are there any interesting routes to get there?
Not necessarily. There is plenty of stuff along the way. There are because there seem to be more floors in this hub structure than there is space for these floors. There are these entire data archives, large sort of Numenera installations that you couldn't begin to guess at the function of, let alone how to activate or what to do with them. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff along the way, but it's not necessarily stuff anybody knows what to do with yet. How it generally works is that the work crews are going through a floor, and right now there are also Rashiel and Sabine occasionally, and other people who are really familiar with Numenera will take the next floor and look around and see what they can tell, and then take the next floor and just do whatever they can to try and understand what is going on before they start breaking stuff apart.
Also, do I have a map? I feel like a map would be handy, even if it's not a good map.
Yeah, I would say you could have some sort of a hand-drawn map.
Okay.
I think between the two of us, we have some kind of map, because I definitely would have been sketching in my notebook every time I've come up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the safe thing to do.
Yeah, and I probably would have shared mine with you too, Poppy, before you got here.
Yeah. I would pull it out and kind of hold it on my hand out flat, where pretty much everyone could see it, but specifically to Verve, and kind of point to where the central control, where that area would be. Probably here.
All right. I say we go in that direction. Unless anyone has a better idea.
I think we should follow Poppy's lead on this, and maybe just keep an eye out, maybe tracks, or maybe he touched something he wasn't supposed to, and he broke something, and it's leaving behind a crumb trail.
I'll take the lead. If Poppy sort of leads, I'll back you up.
Nice.
If anything jumps out at us, I will do my best to protect us. But I'm sure he probably just got turned around.
Hopefully.
Hope so.
All right. Lead the way. Oh no, the violins.
Oh no, the violins. I would like to proceed cautiously.
Sure.
Due respect to our environment.
Mm-hmm. Due respect to the violence. Yeah, so you're able to head up to the control room with very little problem. There are stairs and elevators and ways to sort of get up there. That's not really that big of an issue. Once you get up to the control room, I would say you notice two things. The first is that the walls of this place are not the stark white that the rest of the vessel is. They're this sort of... You know, have all of you seen Star Wars 8? Do you know the throne room? Okay, well, there's a throne room in Star Wars 8. It's this giant red room. It is oppressively red. It is this... It is the reddest red you can think of. And it is covering all the walls, all of the control panels. Everything in here is just this very red.
What sort of material is it? Is it like lit up red, or is it like a lacquer or a bleh.
It looks like you took the color red, like your sort of platonic ideal of the color red, and superimposed it onto the wall. It's not a separate material. It's not a paint that covers metal. It is not a red metal. It is metal that is red.
Was this up here the
If that makes
last
sense.
time you were here, Poppy?
Nope. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think this is good. I feel like my tone of voice might have been confusing. I think we should be really careful.
Concur.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to protect us against red. Is there anything in this room that seems to be an imminent threat, or is it just ominous?
I would say, okay, so I sent you down just two things, and there is one more thing in here
right.
that might be something along the lines of an imminent threat, though it's hard to tell. There is some sort of cylindrical Numenera device that very much seems like a crafted thing. It's got sort of these wires that, come out from the top and go down into the bottom. It's very much a messy sort of improvised piece of technology. And it is sort of inserted into a port in the in one of the sort of control structures in this place. And you notice it is painted this red color.
Please, if we could just sort of, be really careful about this. GM. GM.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen anything like this on the ship before, right?
No.
And there's nothing else that's like any non-red in this.
Yeah,
room.
no. Everything in here is red. The only thing in here that isn't red are the like little bits of this crafted device that like weren't completely painted.
How do we look?
Red.
Rashiel, that device, it looks like, not as perfect as it could be. Do you know anyone, do you have any ideas about that? It's obviously some kind of Numenera.
I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it, but I'm gonna kind of inch closer to it. I want to be just close enough that I could successfully roll an understanding Numenera check.
All right, you walk your red self over towards this red control panel and grab and look closely at this sort of red Numenera device.
Is Ash also red?
Ash is, yes, very red.
Okay.
What'd you get?
A 1.
Oof. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's a GM intrusion. I will keep that for later. However, this is a GM intrusion that I is not directed towards you. So I will keep that one for later. But so you know how I asked what the most colorful thing y'all had on you was?
Oh no.
So, over the span of probably a few minutes, because I imagine you spend a decent amount of time in here, looking around and trying to comprehend just what in God's name you were seeing, the red does begin to sort of shift to this very sort of poppy hair blue. And the controls become blue, and the walls become blue, and your clothes become blue, and you become blue. And we are now in a blue room. Poppy, you receive 1 experience point. You have 2 experience points you can give to other players. Who would you like to give your 2? Who would you like to give 1 experience point to? To 2 people. You know what I mean.
Thought I did. Rashiel makes sense to me. And Licton makes sense to me.
All right. So you all gain 1 experience point and a blue tint.
Much easier on the eyes, at least. Do we feel anything else?
Do I feel blue?
Dabu
dee dabu da.
Oh my god.
Come on, Alex.
No, I deserve that. But what you feel is watched.
Maybe we should just look around quick and leave.
Probably a good idea. How was that device looking?
I just had an idea. Okay.
I didn't know, Poppy, if you were asking God or Rashiel.
Rashiel.
I don't know what it is.
And I just thought of what to do with that GM intrusion. So, this device previously, it was blinking. Very much a sort of like an operation type vibe you're getting from it. But as you're staring at it, you hear almost like a ding, almost like a microwave. Just like a ding of completion, maybe. And for a second, this bright yellow light flashes out before it is then swallowed by blue. And the Numenera device deactivates.
Well, that's either really good for us or probably really bad.
And again, does anything does the ding seem to have heralded any other actions?
I would actually say, you know what? I'm not going to make you roll for this, because I think this is more interesting if you know. So you know how I mentioned there was a really bad vibe in this place that seems somewhat associated with the color yellow, or an imperceivable color that is most closely matched by the color yellow?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. So you more or less it's almost like a worm is being pulled into the device and then spat outwards, way far away from Remnant. But you also notice that the sense you get, the sort of presence that this came from in to begin with, is not going anywhere. So what has happened is this thing might have been copied.
Can we back up to the worm part?
Hmm?
So now, so it inhaled a worm? The machine, wait, the yellow bad vibe inhaled a worm, spat it out elsewhere, but now there's two worms? And also
the yellow bad vibe was sort of pulled like a worm. It's like
it got like gathered up and exploded.
Yeah.
Like a Play-Doh noodle machine.
Yes, very much so. Yes, that is exactly what happened.
Or just a regular
it was
noodle
collected. Machine. Yeah, it was collected and sent somewhere else, but it didn't go anywhere. So the only reasonable explanation is to believe it was copied.
What's that
That's
face?
Really gross.
What's that face, Nova?
Nova doesn't make that face.
Oh, okay.
Finley is making that face because that's unsettling and weird. But I think Nova makes this face. I can't actually do it. But she sort of raises one eyebrow and frowns.
I don't like that look. I hate it when you get that look.
I recall from before that none of you can perceive the yellow. Verve, are you sure you don't see the yellow, the bad yellow vibes?
It was more, like I said, it was more of a feeling.
Okay, but so imagine that you are in a room filled with stinky, bad vibes, and this machine is taking them somehow and making them into like a tube and sending them somewhere else, but it's still here. It's some kind of Rashiel, you've been trying to teach me about this, but I don't think I'm not. Could it be a replicator, a copier, or some kind of a transporter? What kind of thing could send a cloud of feelings somewhere else?
And where is someone else? Somewhere else.
I want to roll another understanding Numenera if I can.
Sure, go right
May
ahead. Yeah, sure. You can expend effort from your intellect pool. This would be a challenge, I would say 6.
Alex, well,
so if you spend effort, you could bring it down to a 5. You have a skill that'll bring it down to a 4.
Yeah, I'm spending effort.
Sure.
While Rashiel's doing that,
And I have something else up my sleeve as well.
Where is the next exit, other than where we came in?
Your next exit would be out into the ring.
Is it fairly close by to get to that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Using the different D20.
Mm-hmm.
Please be kind to me. 12. Don't remember what you said the challenge was.
No, I think that does it. Yeah, I think you're good.
Thank God.
So yeah, you would know this to be some kind of transmitter, or almost like downloader.
So, to be clear, currently it is doing what it's supposed to do. Like what it was designed to do is the thing that it's doing right now.
No, it has completed what it was supposed to do. Nova
well, there goes
saw
my backup plan.
Yeah, no, Nova saw the tail end of this thing's operation, but the intrusion was this thing has completed
its task.
Yes.
Well, okay then. I'm going to just hold on to my experience points then.
Okay.
Nova, this thing is it kind of just did what it was supposed to do, which was to take something and just transport it somewhere else almost instantaneously.
Transport what?
Quickly to note, Poppy, you asked where is somewhere else. Did you ask that out loud?
Yes.
Okay. If that's the case, Nova, you would be able to some extent to answer that question. Because the sort of vibe was ejected in a southward direction.
Oh. I'm actually rather impressed. It's wherever it went, it was south of us.
There's a lot of things south right now that I do not like.
Towards the Raiders.
We can't do much about it, I don't think.
So we know where it's going to. Nova, can you find where it's coming from?
I can try to pinpoint try to look at the source of the yellow. Again, it was extremely difficult before, but I can try. But you three that are skilled with these Numenera artifacts, if we could detach this and bring it down to the surface with us, do you think that you and Sabine could examine it, learn its capabilities?
Should we be really worrying about this immediately right now? I know the Raiders are a high priority, but
I'm more worried about Varl.
Yeah, we came up here to find Varl.
I'm worried that I don't know what this thing can transport, but I wonder if he didn't run into that thing and now he's not here.
Every minute we waste is another minute where we don't know what's happening to him.
I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah, I'm with you, Nova. I would at least want to disconnect this thing from this control panel.
Is it I wonder if there is some connection between this and the Raiders that we do not yet know.
Or at best it's very bad luck, but am I able to use a building Numenera skill to figure out if it can be disabled, or is that just with understanding?
Yeah, that would be understanding.
Okay. Do I need to roll again? Or what I have noticed when I was looking at it with my 12.
What are you looking for specifically?
Specifically, if it can be safely either disabled, dismantled, or moved.
Yeah, I would say that by now you're able to determine the thing is off.
Okay.
You can
can it be moved? Like, can it be studied somewhere else?
Yeah, you could just pull it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in a port. Yeah, so you can just.
I'm
taking the
taking
thing's
it.
off right now, so.
I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sure.
All right.
Pull it out.
Really quick before we go, do we by any chance know what Varl was wearing?
He usually wears.
Don't. He's afraid of me. He doesn't spend too much time around me.
I would say we know his general outfit, right, Alex? Like his style.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's very much utilitarian. He's not particularly known for wearing bright, flashy colors, but he's also not like always wearing like all black or something like that. It's very much just sort of a variety of utilitarian type clothing that
earth tones.
He's practical.
Yeah, earth tones, and dark blues, that sort of thing.
Is there anyone that we know always wears red?
No.
Rochelle?
Okay.
Out of character? Anyway, Rochelle's got the device, the Numenera, but let's see if we can try and find him. Maybe he did come through here, and I'd rather not. I'd rather make haste.
Regardless of color, do we see any signs of anyone coming through here?
Yeah, like disturbance.
Not particularly.
All right. We can lead the way, Poppy, Nova, Rochelle, Verve.
Yeah.
All right.
We're leaving the room.
Yeah.
I have one more thing I want to do.
All right.
I'm going to use a player intrusion called Convenient
Woo!
Glimmer.
What was it called? Convenient what?
Convenient Glimmer.
All right.
Where something, I can't find the exact word for word, but it basically is literally like if you're playing a video game and you don't know like where the next quest is, and something just like kind of glints to kind of hint you towards what you need to be doing. That's what that is.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
spending
no,
my experience point with it.
Yeah, if you actually don't mind, I'm going to pop open Discovery and take a look at that because there's a lot that can be done with that, and I want to make sure I both A, do it justice.
I can actually open it right
do...
now. I have it open, so let me run a search really quick. And I will read it verbatim to you.
Yeah, if you could do that, that would be super.
While I do that.
But like, in the meantime, we're probably heading out and away from red.
Mm-hmm.
Blue, actually. Blue.
Yeah, there's no red anymore. There is only blue.
When we leave the room... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, we keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Not back. We're going
through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be clear.
When we leave the blue, do we still stay blue?
So here's the thing. The blue follows you.
In the hall, into the hall, and the spokes.
Yes. Yeah. And you know it follows you, and it's not omnipresent because you can, if you were to turn around, you would see that, you know, part of the room you just left is now white again and multicolored, and the things that were supposed to be gray are now gray, and lights are the light colors that they're supposed to be. So you're very much being followed by the color.
I don't like this.
What if we can't do like a little quick back and forth like through the door? Is it all of us? Is it some of us? Is it...
Well, it matches.
Will it stop when we leave the vessel, or is it going to follow us out?
It matches
going the same direction we are.
It matches your hair, so how about you stay right here?
It has the taste.
And the rest of us walk forward a little bit.
Oh, okay. Oh, stay.
It's only like 10 feet. Not far.
Okay. Probably we'll just kind of take a step back into the other room.
Sure thing.
Just by playing
Wait.
around.
What's the door situation look like?
Door is like a sliding automatic door.
Is there something heavy I can put in front of it?
To keep it open?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I would like to do that and then...
Sure. And to be clear, the color is not, it does not seem to be particularly limited by the door. It is like a... it almost seems to exist outside of physics in a sense, where it just plasters a set area of space. and it just follows right now you.
And we can determine that just by doing a back and forth, like, process of
by like walking around and stuff like that. Yeah, because this hallway is super long. You would be able to tell that, you know, even if you stood like right side by side with Poppy and looked straight ahead, you'd be able to tell, like, okay, the color does end.
You've got a secret admirer.
Well, I've had worse.
Rashiel, could you define your glimmer for me?
Yes. Convenient glimmer. A glimmer provides you with a clear answer or suggests a course of action with regard to an urgent question, problem, or obstacle you are facing.
Okay. You are currently dealing with 3 separate obstacles or questions. There's the color, there's the transmitter, and there's Varl. What are you looking for information on?
Varl.
Okay, sure. So, for those of us at home, a glimmer is actually a canonical phenomenon in Numenera. A glimmer is basically a person's short perception of something in the datasphere, which is like the super internet. So it's like a random peek behind the curtain into this massive web of information that is potentially up to millions of years old. And it is still used actively today in order to transmit information, though it is difficult and somewhat esoteric skill. So, because this thing is a transmitter, and you would know that broadly this type of thing is going to be transmitting information over the datasphere, it does not necessarily surprise you that, you know, when you put this thing on your person and you begin to walk away, that you get some faint residual effect from putting it on your person and keeping it on your person. And you actually see the activation of this device. You see a few mostly nondescript type humanoid looking figures enter the control hub from the ring, and placing this red thing inside a port in the ruin. During this time, Varl somewhat stumbles onto these people, and you watch as they attack him and bring him further into the ring. He is mostly, the attack is brutal and unpleasant, but you have reason to believe he is still alive. What happened is he was mostly sort of beaten but unarmed people. It was a lot of punches, a lot of kicks, but, you know, fortunately he was not stabbed or anything along those lines. And they did seem to take a very much alive person back with them through the ring.
He's not here. We have to go.
And, and one more thing you would have noticed, these people, they had either some like one of them was wearing an armband and another one had this sort of like loose bit of like trailing fabric, almost like a sort of an improvised sash or something like that. They were both this very deep crimson color.
Well, right, he's not here, but do you know where he is?
They went towards the ring. He was attacked.
They
brought him. I don't know who they are. They're all wearing that same color red.
Whoa. Shit, what did you see? How do you know?
I saw something in the the thing. I don't know how I know, but I know for sure.
I think How is the least of our worries right now. Varl's in trouble.
Really bad trouble. I think he's okay for now, but we should go. We should go back to the ring and start searching there.
I take out a dagger that I have, and I kind of look real pissed. I don't look angry a lot, and my fingers are sparking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know direction, Rashil?
I assume I do.
Yeah, you do.
I'm just gonna lead the way.
Yeah, sure. You lead your way deeper into the vessel. Poppy, how do you walk with relation to everybody else in the group? Because I know there was some question about the color.
Do I feel okay?
Yeah, you feel fine. I mean, feel a little blue, but...
I can't believe I got my camera back on for that. I love you.
You know, I had something to say and now it's just gone. Assuming nobody objects, I will walk up towards the front with, I assume, Nova, you're still kind of taking...
Well, now I am following Rashil. Whoever has the sight should go up in the front, but I'm right there, ready to do some damage.
Yeah, I'm not fighting either of them for their spots, so I'll go after Nova, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Disaster Jax will take up the rear.
Yep.
Okay, so you proceed down the hallway. It is and now especially featureless. Before it was, a sort of monotonous walk to begin with. You'd entered the ring at one point or another, all of you, if nothing else, but for that one time where you were in this vessel before it was reactivated. So this is a very long hallway to begin with, but with the blue now, it is especially featureless. You notice that there no light source seems to be coming through, but you can still see shapes, even though there's no color, or at least no different color that you can see. And you would also know that there are no shadows. Light does not seem to interact with what's happening here.
Did they leave behind any, as just we're walking, maybe like there's a scuff on the floor, or there was, Varl was fighting again and a weapon hit against the wall, leaving a nick to indicate any kind of direction after, like, left or right when we get into the ring?
Oh, once you get into the ring.
Yeah, because the hallway is just a straight shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hallway straight shot. Yeah, there's that nothing to get lost in there. I would say for this you would need to roll perception task, but I would also say this task would be hindered because you have no color vision.
Can I have hedge magic to conjure like a little ball of light.
You can conjure the light, however, it will be a blue light.
Fuck. Well, damn.
Well, I'll still do it anyway.
Could I try as well? Maybe we could each take a side?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will say that one of you can roll with an asset.
Ah.
So
I'll help you.
Okay, that's fine.
If that works for you.
All right, so you can spend from your intellect pool. This is hindered by 2 steps. So normally this would have been probably a 4 at most. So, but now it will be a 6 because of your extreme lack of visual information available.
So that puts us back at a 4 because I am spending effort and Nova assisting.
Yes, back down to a 4. Do you have any skills that are applicable?
The only thing I can try and argue is delving, as in like trying to explore and search.
I will give it to you, and I will explain why if you get it.
Okay.
So yeah, you can roll. Your target number would be 9.
And I know I think you can get up to 2 assets. Is anyone else helping?
Yes. You can't have 2 people helping.
Oh, okay. That's
I don't think. Yeah, you can't have 2 people assisting.
So I'm going for a 9.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 12.
All right, you made it. It takes you a while. This entire process probably takes you like 20, 30 minutes to comb an area that might be the size of like 1 room or something along those lines. But you're eventually able to find a sort of long cable almost with what at one point likely were flashing lights attached. And you would be able to recognize this as not something sort of related to the construction of the ruin. The sort of it's just all wrong. It does not match the sort of space you were in at all. And the exploration into the ring from Remnant has not progressed such that you would have this sort of trail marker out this far.
You all see that? Don't match. People that were here probably don't match.
Did you find something?
Is it like up towards the ceiling or the floor, Alex?
It's on the floor. It's a loose line that's just like on the floor. Imagine if you just like dropped some rope and walked in a direction. It's like that.
There's like a cable. It's pretty small, but it's heading off in a point. It don't match the infrastructure of the vessel. And I'm sure it's gonna lead us to people that do not match our lovely folk down below.
Intruders.
I don't know if I have to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have a cipher that I'm going to get ready. The Hunter Seeker.
Okay.
So
I get what that does.
The Hunter Seeker, which is a level 2 cipher, is a shoulder-mounted projectile launcher. The loaded projectile looks around curiously prior to use and occasionally beeps at the wearer, attempting to communicate with long-range movement. This intelligent missile tracks and attacks a specified target. Target must be within sight when selected, which is why I am just preparing it. If it misses, it continues to attack 1 additional time per cipher level until it hits. The Hunter Seeker explodes, inflicting 8 points of damage.
Yes. All right, so what you see is Rashiel activating this cipher, and this sort of like shoulder, this shoulder, like it's like a brace almost. It sort of unfolds itself, and this little like rocket, like yay big, just sort of is now on her shoulder, just like looking around curiously, like looks at her and like makes a couple beeping sounds trying to communicate, but it's just
not yet. Not yet. Wait.
Can I tell if this cable is connected to or is some type of Numenera?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that all technology is to some extent Numenera. The Ninth World has not progressed such that people are developing electric technology or powered technology. That said, this is not like leveled Numenera. This is to the large extent a commonplace object.
Because I also have a cipher that I might want to use.
Sure.
It's actually the one I switched with Nova and we traded.
All right.
It is essentially the machine control implant.
Mhm.
So if I
Oh,
inject
neat.
it and I attach a receiver to a machine and I can use the injector on myself, and I can use my mind to control the machine at long range, bidding it to do what I want for 10 minutes times the cipher
Mhm.
level, I believe.
Yeah, so we give you an hour.
They give me an hour.
Yeah.
Because I don't like what this is. It does not belong. So
Does it? Do we know what it does?
I could turn it off regardless. What do y'all think?
Is this thing? Can we tell if it's even powered or
Working?
connected, or is it just like a little bit of trash?
They just dropped it.
No, this is very much. You would be able to determine, Licton, that this is a sort of a. This is a trail of breadcrumbs. This is a very, very, very long cable that goes from where you are to somewhere else in the ring.
So it's to keep track, probably.
More or less, yeah, you'd be able to determine that much as far as its function.
Then let's proceed with caution.
But
Yep.
so Cypher, if this cable were connected to a machine,
But we
do you
don't know.
suppose, which we don't know, but do you suppose the Cypher would let you control something that was at the far end?
It's a possibility, but I don't want to try it and have it not be connected to anything. It's a pretty powerful cipher, so I think we
And
should just proceed quietly.
It would be fun to be able to control a rope for an hour, but maybe not right now.
Licton, how would you like an experience point?
I would love an experience point.
All right. Who would you like to give your other experience point to?
I don't think Nova or Verve have gotten one yet, so
Okay.
I'll give one to Nova.
All right. So, as you begin to sort of make your way following this sort of trail that has been left for you, I'm going to need you to make an intellect defense roll.
Do I know something is happening?
You don't until it happens.
I think I will spend the intellect for this.
All right, sure.
I don't know the
I will not tell you the difficulty of this task.
That's fair.
However, I will tell you that this one specific task is hindered because you don't know it's coming and you have no idea anything about it. Yeah.
So I just knock off the hinder with my
yes, yeah.
my edge. Effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cocked shit. That's a 1.
Oof. Okay. All right.
Rip.
That's a chat.
Yikes. Yikes.
I'm not doing anything with it. Let's fuck shit up. Fuck me
Right,
up, Alex.
yeah. Okay, so that's not exactly what I was thinking of. Oh well. All right, so you receive the mother of all headaches. There's just a splitting mental assault that begins as you progress into the vessel. In particular, you find your eyes just in complete and utter pain as you look around and all you see is this blue that you feel like is boring into your skull.
Who's next to me?
You actually, this is the bye-bye.
I think
Anyway,
my eyes are shut and I grab whoever's like next to me, like with the most pained expression on my face.
Disaster Jacks were bringing up the back, right? So
I think so.
yeah.
So since you rolled a 1, you will actually take additional damage for that. You will take 8 points of intellect damage.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm still fine. It's fine.
Licton is obviously in pain, so I'm doing my best to support him. and like, hey, something's happening. Maybe we need to do something. And I'm looking at I don't know, like I'm just looking at all three of them. Like, what do we do? Do we keep going?
Does it feel like the color persists even if I close my eyes?
Yes, very much so. Would anybody like to do anything?
I guess this is out of my wheelhouse, I think.
Sure.
Do you need to rest? Do you need to sit?
Is it getting worse?
All I see is blue, and it's much worse than I think what y'all are seeing in my head. Maybe just give me a minute.
Is it blue? You're seeing blue
Everywhere. It's in my eyelids.
Can I?
Fuck.
The device, is that still blue?
Which device?
Did we pull the device out or no?
Oh, the transmitter? Yeah, that has become blue.
Okay.
Yes.
Here, I'm gonna actually
put my goggles on.
Poppy, come with me for just a minute. Let's step away.
Okay.
And see if we can get Mayor Licton. Who's Mayor? Must be friends with Steve. Let's see if we can get him. You know what I mean. Let's walk over here.
All right. Rochelle, where do you happen to be standing?
I was closest probably to the exit. Like I was trying to go. I got my little thing on.
All right.
Ready to fight.
All right. So if you're not intentionally walking away from Licton, what I will say is that as Poppy and Nova depart from the radius around Licton, the blue doesn't go anywhere. And actually what happens is it begins to sort of morph into this sort of metallic gold color that very much matches some of the sort of trim on your outfit. At which point, Licton, could you please make me another intellect defense roll? This one is not hindered.
This one's not hindered. I am.
Also, you can take down the creature meter.
I had a feeling.
The carnivorous color is hunting.
What is it called?
The carnivorous color.
Love it. My intellect is going down, but I'm gonna use effort again.
Sure.
Who has the transmitter?
That is only a 7.
That does not succeed. And fortunately, it's not a 1. So this time you only take 4 damage for intellect damage.
And I am hindered. Or I'm sorry, impaired.
All right. So,
okay.
One thing in the sort of gold sort of area around Licton gains any color, or rather loses color. Licton has had all color from himself and his clothing utterly removed. I would attempt to describe what you can see, but I don't think I would do it justice. Imagine something more colorless than gray. And that is what Licton looks like in the middle of this very gold environment.
I think right as soon as Nova and Poppy walked away, I would have leaned myself against the wall and sat down, so I'm on the ground. And do I still have the headache?
You still do have the headache, but yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, you still do have the headache.
I don't think I've noticed.
Sure.
What is going on? Where is this coming from? It's not blue anymore, it's gold.
What the hell?
Do you still see blue?
What do I see?
Gold.
Gold. Rochelle, you're wearing gold.
Yeah, Huh. I'm going to take the transmitter. I assume I just kind of like had it tucked on like my belt or something like that. I'm going to put it down, and I am going to try and figure out some kind of way to dismantle it that doesn't just include sticking me or my dog on it.
Sure, on the transmitter specifically, right? Yeah. Okay.
Can I assist with that?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to... How specifically would you like to dismantle it?
Physically, like take it apart in some kind of way so that it ceases doing whatever it's doing.
It's off.
I have to...
Like I can tell you, it is not doing anything.
Then do I need to...
It's not blinking, it's cold, it's off.
What else do I see when I look at it? Just not understanding it, just from like a cursory level.
Whereas before it had some sort of color to it, where you were able to tell that it was a painted thing rather than affected by the sort of red aura that everything else was. Now it is just enveloped by the gold. And I would also say that by looking at this specifically now, you would be able to put together that when the color was following you and it was blue, Poppy's hair still retained texture and some imperfections in its blueness. And now you can see on your own clothing, everything is, yes, very much the same monochromatic gold, but the gold on your clothes actually is not the same gold. It's still its original color.
What is the gold on? Is it a jacket?
It's like I don't know if you're looking at my character art, but she has like this sheer thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like sleeves, and it's gold trim.
Noticing that the color changed away from Poppy's hair, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm going to dash over, like, look at where the gold might be, and I'd like to, with my lenses, examine the trim on Rochelle. So I'm going to get real up there.
Sure. You may do that. You can, this would be probably a perception task. You can add effort. And also while you are perceiving that and rolling that, Verve, could you make me an intellect defense roll?
Okay. 8.
That does not succeed.
Cool.
So you take 4 points of intellect damage.
I also
as you
rolled.
Get a similar terrible headache.
Ah, shit. It's on me too.
Oh, shit. I can't see anything. I also rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. You can't really tell much more aside from a detailed look at the fabric.
Yeah, it's like I thought maybe there would be tiny insects or nanites or... Well, there's nothing. It's just fabric.
I'm gonna take out my dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to put it through the trim.
Oh no, Rochelle, it is.
Okay.
It's your nicest one.
I know, it's fine. Just to see what it does. Because if not, I'm putting my dagger in something else in a second.
Nothing particularly happens.
Then I'm going to put my dagger in the transmitter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I won't make you roll for this because it's a stationary thing. However, I'm assuming you stab it, right?
Yeah, like...
Yeah. You go in and you stab the transmitter, and the color around you sort of warbles and shifts, and things begin to just briefly sort of come through back in what they're supposed to look like before returning back to the oppressive gold color. You have inflicted 2 damage with a light weapon.
Did headache disaster Jax feel anything?
No, not in particular.
Okay.
Hey Nova,
The colors change. Did you do that?
yeah, I think so. If you could just like stab where I'm stabbing.
Yeah, thing goes on the floor. Then
Yeah, sure.
Spear it.
Thanks.
Yeah, the color is to some extent not the bravest of creatures. So as you begin attacking the transmitter, it quickly sort of scuttles away. It leaves the transmitter, leaves your area entirely, and you see it's like this amorphous sort of paint blob that just sort of travels on the surface area of the vessel. But it sort of goes along the ring in the opposite direction of the sort of rope you were holding onto.
I don't think we have time to finish that off.
All right. It's
How
gone?
do you two feel?
I don't know. How do we feel?
Could be better, but
Pretty shit.
Pretty shit.
could be better.
Headache is still lingering.
But I'm more worried about Varl.
Can you see all right?
I think so. GM, do I see okay? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, as compared to the monochrome adventures you've been having so far, you feel like you can see fucking great now.
Okay.
Licton, you have any more of that jelly?
No, I do not.
That was a cipher.
One-time use. Quick, go ahead.
So we keep going on?
Yeah, let's go. We can get
Yeah.
these two patched up
Later.
Okay.
when we leave.
I'm fine. That's just Licton, you okay?
Yeah. Alex, just a quick mechanics question. If I boost up my intellect pool, does that get rid of the impaired? If I
Yes.
get okay,
Yeah.
then I'm just going to use an action rest.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and mark that off your sheet.
A 1d6
and you
plus
will-
1.
Yes, 1d6 plus 1.
Oh no.
I have only rolled ones on every recovery check that I have run this game.
Oof.
It's fine.
There. What's in this room besides the just like junk?
So you're in the you're sort of at the intersection of the ring and the hallway that leads into the control room. So it's not a room proper and more of like a wide corridor. But there's nothing necessarily in this area. There's
like a doorway or something.
No, it's not really a room. It is just
the
empty hallway. It's just an open space. Yeah, no, I was describing Licton looking over a very small area like a small room, but it was not a room itself. Yes, yeah. Sorry, that was my fault.
Poppy's going to back up a little bit. So we're going forward, right? Like we're gonna keep going until we find Varl, or not, right?
Yes, we have to.
Mm-hmm.
Forward, yeah.
Okay. Forward then. And she's going to kind of reach into her bag and pull out a bit of cloth, and she's going to step to the left and also to the right, and she's going to split into another poppy, one of whom immediately receives some clothes, and now there are 2 puppies. I thought we could use some help.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, I was just reading. It's okay. She sort of turns to assess the situation. Hey, is this that guy Marlowe? Pointing at Verve.
Yeah.
No. The name is Verve. We got more important things. I'm Marlowe. Fine, whatever. Let's
I
go.
imagine Ash runs up to secondary Poppy.
Oh, hey!
Poppy. And this is Nova, our new friend.
Hello, Nova, our new friend.
Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's incredible, isn't it? This thing that she could just do. You know, it's not a Numenera.
Yeah, sorry. I've told other Poppy about you, Licton, and I forgot to tell you about other Poppy. Oh, goodness. One of these days.
Well, she seems as lovely as you are. And you're absolutely right. If there's going to be more creatures like that, an extra pair of hands and an extra pair of eyes would be extremely helpful. Poppy. New Poppy.
Yes?
Would you like to come up at the front? Or would you like to guard our rear?
I don't know, Prime, what do you want to do?
Maybe I'll stick with Licton a little bit just to make sure he's doing okay. So if you want to go up towards the front.
Well, I just think if you go to the front, I should probably be at the back. And if you go to the back, I should probably be at the front.
Oh, that's a good point. What if we switch?
Okay.
Perfect.
Nova will kind of look back and forth between them and grab her spear and start walking, like looking to be like, which one is coming?
Rashield's like completely unbothered by this, and she's like probably up ahead.
Sure. If they're switching for now, other Poppy is taking the front spot for now. Because we are running low on time, I will say that it is a bit of a walk through the rest of the ring, because this is a very, very large structure. But you're also beginning to see indications that somebody else was here. You're beginning to see little scuff marks on the floor, not necessarily indicating a struggle, but like you'll see like a dirty boot print or something, random sort of trash from what looked like someone stopping for a meal or something along those lines, but definitely evidence of human activity that was certainly not present earlier on. Eventually, you find yourselves at this point where the cable extends no longer. It is sort of at the end of this sort of like pole that you assumed it was, that you can assume it was sort of wrapped around at one point. And this thing is sitting just unattended to outside a door leading to the exterior side of the ring, because the ring has rooms on the interior and exterior side, and there's a corridor in the middle.
And is there anything remarkable about this door?
No. Seems like all the other doors.
Wish the person who had built this had labeled these things a little bit better.
Oh, I mean, there's like a lot of these are labeled. You just have no idea what the fuck language is this. Yeah, so there are plenty of labels, and you assume that this was probably very well laid out and very well organized at one point. You just have no idea what's going on. but you find yourselves outside of a door.
Verve is gonna start just approaching it very determined, but like not opening it. I just kind of want to see if I can hear anything on the other side. Maybe try and determine if I can recognize Varl's voice on the other side. Do I sense any activity?
There is some kind of activity, yes. You hear sort of low voices, maybe 2, at most 3, if that. None of them seem like they belong to Varl, but there are definitely people on the other side of the door.
I'm going to pull out my my magnetic attack drill cipher, get it ready, and who else has ciphers out? Okay, I'm gonna look at Rashiel and just sort of motion over, like, be ready, you know?
Before you did that, Rashiel was literally getting ready to open the door. And then you like stopped and we're all sneaky about it, so she's like...
Sure. How would Nova, Poppy, and or Victon like to prepare?
I think I'm going to get out a cipher as well. I have this root spike. It's going to wrap vines up my arm, and it has the ability to like entangle somebody. So it shoots a thorn at a target, hurts them, and wraps them up.
All right. At this point, actually, other Poppy sort of sees vaguely what's going on and sort of looks around like, what do I do? What do I do? And eventually decides to break from the sort of order that you had walked in, and she goes up to you. Hey, Prime, are we about to fight something?
Might be. GM, is it safe to say that given the unique circumstances, it might be possible that I actually carry 2 forearm blades on me?
Yes, that is exactly what I was going to suggest.
Perfect. Thank you. And I would also like to hand her my travel bubble cipher.
All right.
Yeah, stay safe. Dip if you have to.
Okay.
I'll dip you either way.
Okay.
That sounded weird. You know what I mean.
I do.
I was gonna say, as soon as one of the Poppies says something, I'm opening the door because I don't want them to give any time to react.
Okay, Licton, then quickly, how would you like to react?
I would have...
to people just opening the door.
While everyone else was like getting their ciphers out and stuff, I would have put away my dagger and pulled out a crossbow, because I'm not about to get up in anyone's business right now. And just enable my shock ability, which just adds an extra electric damage to the bolts.
Sure, gotcha. All right, so... quickly, let me determine. Are you all opening the door and then just using your ciphers?
No.
Not. Okay, sure.
Yeah, no.
I have to identify a target first.
Yeah.
So I want to look at who's in there.
Yeah, sure. So then the first thing, and I think this is where we can end it. The first thing that happens is Verve opens the door, and there are, you see 3 people in the room. If Rashiel is by the door, you would recognize 2 of these people as at least the sort of vaguely humanoid shapes you saw with the sort of red accessories who were in the control room earlier today. And you see one figure sort of slumped over in a corner that you don't really need to see his face to determine that is Varl. And Verve, specifically as you open the door, the two figures seemed like they were prepared to some extent for someone to be on the other side. But as soon as they see you, they immediately drop. They don't drop, but they immediately like lower their weapons and they take a look and like, hey, this guy's with us, right? And that's what we're gonna call it for tonight.
What?
Excuse me?
Let me get some sign off music. There we go. Wow! Hi, everybody. I had a ton of fun tonight. Yeah, I don't think we have any special announcements to make or anything like that, so I think we can all go around and introduce ourselves once more, say where we can find ourselves on the internet, what other projects we're working on right now, and mention our favorite parts of the session. I will start. Hello, my name is Alex. You can find me on Twitter at AxolotlCure. I do this on Saturday nights from 8:30 to 11:30 Eastern, and you can find me playing a Dungeons & Dragons game on this same very channel with two of the very wonderful people you see on screen before you every Sunday from 4 to 7 Eastern. And that game is also a ton of fun. And yeah, those are the things I'm working on currently. And that's all I really have to promote or say. Let's see, favorite part of the session. My favorite part of the session was seeing the creature meter come on and frantically looking during break and then realizing that the carnivorous color, which is the creature I actually have remembered, was within the level range of what was purchased. So I was very excited to bring out the carnivorous color. That was a lot of fun. Who's next?
I can go. What's up? My name is Finley. You can find me on Twitter at infernal_low. When I'm not doing this, I play D&D and I play Invisible Sun with Seth and Mare, but not online. So I'll see you back here, same bad time, same bad channel next week. And my favorite part of the session, in addition to some really lovely character moments from Licton and Verve and Rashiel, as always, I loved meeting Poppy. Oh my goodness, so delightful. And I love that there's two of you. What could be better?
Fine. Whatever. Babies. Hi, I'm Eva. I sometimes stream on my own channel. Every second and fourth Saturday, we have just started up a very dark urban campaign, so that's exciting. Playing a completely radically different character, so this was super fun to switch. As Alex said, I will be joining them and Kappa tomorrow, and most Sundays for Death's Keepers. I would like to add that it is a ton of fun, but it's also a ton of feels. Yeah, other than that, my favorite moment, God, there were so many good ones, but I loved the Stair Ghost speech at the beginning. I just am a sucker for that sort of rally the people sort of moment. I'm popcorning to Mare.
Fine. Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on Twitter at Archmage of Dice. You can find me here every Saturday playing Numenera at 8:30 Eastern. I'm in the process of getting some stuff running on my channel, but next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'll be running a game of Witches and Spellcraft called a positively magical day. My favorite part is like the foot race. And I'm gonna popcorn to Seth.
Okay, fine. If you hear background noise, it's this purr box. So hi, I'm Seth. I am findable, discoverable on Twitter as well as Twitch here at KillXJill. You can find me on Instagram at KillXJill and then another X for flavor. I am here obviously every Saturday now for Numenera. I will be in Mares, which is a Spellcraft game, on their channel next weekend, which I cannot fucking wait for. As far as other things that I'm doing, you all know about the Lobster Cult one-shot. It's happening in a couple of months. Kappa and I will be doing Chaos Twin things on my channel sooner rather than later, so make sure to subscribe, like and subscribe for that monstrosity of ridiculousness whenever that happens. Hi, yes. And my favorite part, I actually wrote down in all caps in my notes over here, where Nova was talking about how these events that we had to choose between might be connected, when Finley brought out an actual like piece of paper and twisted it and folded it. Like, that is just so, that I don't even know if that's a Nova moment or if it's a Finley moment that I love about both of them so much, but that was just A+ illustration. I loved it.
And I guess that leaves me. Hello, my name is Kappa. I also go by Christian. Today I played Verve, the risk-taking Jack who touches the ding-dang sky. Alex and Eva already mentioned it. I'll be here on Sundays, 1 p.m. Pacific, where I play Echo. Please, oh my God, hello, all 21 of you in chat. Check that out, especially in the beginning for something big's happening. On Wednesday nights, you can catch me on Kevin Kudo's Twitch channel, KCOUTOVA, twitch.tv/that, where I participate in a SW5E, so that's a D&D skin themed around Star Wars, where I play a very equally sus character. Yeah. And all the other stuff that Seth mentioned that I would be in. Look out for more projects and stuff on Twitter at the Kappa Chris. My favorite moment of the, I'm gonna be a real sap. We've been gone for a whole month. Getting to play with these folks again was like all of it, the highlight. I missed being in this space, playing Numenera, being Verve. I can't pick one, so it has to be that one, coming back together, and including Eva, at least for this session and next session, and hopefully more. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah. Alex, anything else? Did we want to mention the code?
Yeah, I just remembered that I meant to mention that. But if you are interested in playing Numenera or any other system similar to this, there's actually a discount code we have with Monty Cook Games, who are the people who make this system, and other very, very wonderful games like Invisible Sun, which is another one we've run on this channel. But yeah, you can go on the Monty Cook Games online store and use the code OPEN4ADVENTURE. It's in the chat right now. And you can get a discount if you are interested in potentially purchasing Numenera or another Monty Cook Games system. Because let me tell you, it is fucking fun. I love this nonsense, and I'm not getting paid to say this. I just think it's really cool. Yeah, if you're interested, that discount code is there for you to use. So yeah. And I think that's all we got.
Just our warm fuzzies we got.
Oh yeah.
We've got Andrew Ship, Fellowship of the Table, the Bay of Gifts, the Wiki Monster. We've got Bel Chavez.
Bel Chavez.
Christina.
Yay!
Deborah.
Yay!
Gamer Lives with a 1 out of 3.
Yay!
We got Patrick, PJ.
Yay!
Oh, Peach?
Rick.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Rico.
And last but not least, we've got Guildmaster Sel.
Yay!
Guildmaster said.
Yay!
And I think that's it. Everybody have a lovely evening, and we will see you next week for the next episode of Remnant.
Bye.
Oh, yay! Oh, my back. Oh.
Seth, I really love those cat close-ups.
Oh no! Isn't he precious? Look at him. He's so happy.
He is.
He's so happy. It's stupid. Look at how he's sitting.
Oh, they can still hear us.